Imagine a world where shadows dance with deadly intent, and a woman moves silently through the night, her mind sharp, her purpose lethal. While many people envision assassins as predominantly male figures, armed, aggressive, and fearless, the reality is far more nuanced and intriguing. What if I told you that women have played critical roles in the art of assassination, using methods often overshadowed by their male counterparts? Today you'll uncover the hidden stories and surprising tactics of women assassins, revealing how they have shaped history in unexpected ways. Throughout history, women have engaged in assassination not just as isolated acts of violence, but as part of intricate political plots and personal vendettas. From ancient civilizations to the modern world, women have wielded their unique skills to carry out lethal missions. Take, for example, the story of Charlotte Corday, who in the midst of the French Revolution took it upon herself to assassinate the revolutionary leader Jean-Paul Marat. With a simple dagger, she entered his home, claiming to seek refuge before delivering a fatal blow. This act was not just a personal vendetta, it represented a powerful political statement. Understanding the historical context surrounding women assassins reveals how they navigated through patriarchal societies, often unnoticed or underestimated. These stories expose a complex relationship between gender and violence, illustrating how women could be just as lethal, if not more so, than their male counterparts. Women like Mata Hari, a dancer and spy during World War I, utilized their charm and intelligence to infiltrate enemy ranks, manipulating powerful men to gain access to classified information. Their stories highlight a unique blend of allure and danger, showcasing a strategy often rooted in psychological tactics rather than brute force. As you dive deeper into the world of women assassins, you'll learn about their diverse techniques and the cultural perceptions that have historically overshadowed their contributions. Most people think of assassins as relentless killers, but the reality is that many of these women operated in the shadows, their actions cloaked in secrecy. By exploring their stories, you'll discover that assassination is not merely an act of violence. It is also a calculated game of strategy, manipulation, and social dynamics. Understanding this complex tapestry of history helps to shed light on the often overlooked narratives of women assassins, offering a richer perspective on their impact and significance. As we unravel these tales, prepare to challenge your perceptions and uncover the lethal methods that women have employed throughout the ages. What infamous women assassins have changed the course of history? One of the most striking examples is Charlotte Corday, who, driven by her political beliefs, took a dagger to the revolutionary leader Jean-Paul Marat in 1793. This act was not just a desperate attempt at killing, it was a calculated move that showcased her determination to make a statement during a turbulent time in French history. By slipping into his home under the pretense of seeking refuge, Corday executed her plan with precision, delivering a fatal blow that echoed through history. Then there's Mata Hari, the exotic dancer and spy during World War I. While many think of her as a seductress, her true power lay in her ability to gather intelligence and manipulate the men around her. She used her charm and allure to gain access to secrets, often putting her life on the line for the sake of information. Mata Hari's story emphasizes the lethal combination of beauty and brains, showcasing how women have wielded influence in ways that challenge traditional views of power. These women exemplify different methods of assassination, ranging from direct confrontation to espionage, highlighting the diversity of approaches women took throughout history. Unlike their male counterparts, who often relied on brute strength, these women utilized stealth, cunning, and psychological insight to achieve their lethal goals. Their methods reflect not only their unique capabilities, but also the societal constraints they navigated. In a world where women were often seen as delicate and non-threatening, they transformed their perceived weaknesses into powerful tools for deception and execution. Understanding these women's motivations and the environments that shaped their lethal methods is crucial. For Charlotte Corday, it was the fervor of revolution that drove her to take drastic action. For Mata Hari, it was the chaos of war that provided her with the opportunity to manipulate and thrive. Each of these women faced immense challenges and utilized their skills to alter the course of history, proving that the art of assassination is as much about mental strategy as it is about physical prowess. As you delve deeper into the world of women assassins, you'll discover the layers of complexity behind their stories. They were not merely footnotes in the annals of history, but pivotal figures who challenged norms and exerted influence in unprecedented ways. Their legacies remind us that power can take many forms and that the fight for recognition and agency has been ongoing throughout history. How did women assassins manipulate their surroundings and targets? One of the key tactics they employed was psychological manipulation. Many of these lethal women utilized their charm and intelligence to build trust with their targets, creating a facade that concealed their true intentions. Think of a woman in a bustling market, effortlessly engaging a powerful figure in conversation, all while hiding a deadly agenda beneath her smile. This art of deception was often critical to their success, enabling them to get close to those they planned to eliminate. For example, consider the story of the infamous Russian spy, Mata Hari. She mastered the craft of seduction, using her allure to gather intelligence and infiltrate enemy lines during World War I. Her ability to navigate through high society parties, gaining the trust of influential men, allowed her to obtain vital secrets. However, her story is more than just just one of seduction. It also highlights the risks these women took, often with their lives on the line. The perceived weakness of femininity worked to their advantage, allowing them to execute their plans with a level of stealth that many male counterparts could not achieve. Another example is the ancient Roman assassin Lucretia Borgia. Often portrayed as a femme fatale, Lucretia utilized her position within the influential Borgia family to eliminate political rivals. While many viewed her as a simple poisoner, the reality is that her strategies involved intricate plots and alliances that required both intelligence and cunning. Understanding these tactics reveals that assassination is not solely about physical strength. It also heavily relies on mental strategy, manipulation, and the ability to adapt to circumstances. Analyzing these psychological tactics not only showcases the lethal capabilities of women assassins, but also emphasizes the broader narrative surrounding gender roles in violent acts. While history often highlights male assassins who rely on brute force, women like Mata Hari and Lucretia Borgia illustrate that success in this dark world often requires a delicate balance of charm, intelligence, and strategy. The complexity of their methods challenges our understanding of power dynamics and violence, reshaping the way we view women in history. As we explore further into the realm of women assassins, we see that their legacy is one of resilience and innovation. They navigated societies that often underestimated them, turning perceived disadvantages into lethal advantages. Their stories remind us that power can be wielded in various forms, and that the fight for recognition in history is not just a modern struggle. It has roots deep in our past. Why are women assassins often overlooked in history? Many people think of assassins as predominantly male figures, armed with weapons and a thirst for blood. However, the truth is that women have played crucial roles in assassination, often operating in the shadows and using cunning methods to achieve their goals. This societal view of women as non-violent beings can overshadow their significant contributions to violent acts throughout history. For centuries, the narrative around assassins has focused primarily on men, which has led to a lack of recognition for women who have navigated the dangerous world of political intrigue and lethal missions. This perception can result in underreporting of their actions and a failure to fully appreciate the complexity of their roles. Take, for instance, the case of Charlotte Corday, who is often remembered for her bold act of assassinating the radical Jacobin leader Jean-Paul Marat during the French Revolution. Her actions were not merely impulsive, they were calculated and reflective of her deep political convictions. Yet how many people know the depth of her motivations and the context in which she operated? Exploring how these women are portrayed in literature and media reveals not only societal biases, but also the stereotypes that have persisted through time. Women assassins are often depicted as femme fatales, leading to an oversimplification of their skills and tactics. This type of portrayal diminishes the reality that many were highly intelligent strategists who used psychological manipulation as their primary weapon. For example, Mata Hari, often romanticized as a seductress, was an accomplished dancer and spy whose intelligence-gathering techniques were sophisticated and effective. Understanding these cultural factors is crucial for appreciating the full scope of women's roles in history. As we look back on their stories, we uncover the layers of complexity that define them, not merely as assassins, but as agents of change in societies that sought to silence them. The narratives of women like Charlotte Corday and Mata Hari challenge our perceptions and compel us to rethink what we know about violence, gender, and power. As you reflect on this, consider how the stories of these women assassins reveal the intricacies of history. They were not just players in a male-dominated world. They were powerful figures who shaped events in ways that deserve recognition. Their lethal methods and strategic thinking provide a fresh perspective on the roles women have played throughout history, encouraging us to look beyond traditional narratives and appreciate the full spectrum of human experience. Now you understand that the world of women assassins is complex and filled with intrigue. These remarkable women have often been pushed into the shadows, their stories overlooked and underappreciated. But what you've discovered today reveals a rich tapestry of cunning strategies and impactful tales that have shaped history in ways we often fail to recognize. You've learned that women have played critical roles in political assassinations throughout history, navigating male-dominated societies and using their unique skills to carry out lethal missions. Figures like Charlotte Corday and Mata Hari exemplify this duality, employing diverse methods that ranged from direct confrontation to sophisticated espionage. They didn't just wield weapons, they wielded influence, charm, and intelligence, demonstrating that the art of assassination is as much about mental strategy as it is about physical prowess. You also explored the psychological tactics that many women assassins employed. They often manipulated their surroundings and targets, using charm and deception to gain trust before striking. This approach challenges the traditional narrative of violence as purely physical, revealing how the most effective assassins were often those who could think 2 steps ahead and outsmart their opponents. Moreover, you've uncovered the cultural perception of women assassins, which has historically framed them as non-violent, overshadowing their significant contributions to violent acts. This societal bias has led to the underreporting of their actions, as well as a lack of recognition in historical narratives. Understanding these biases is crucial for appreciating the full scope of women's roles in history, which are as diverse diverse and impactful as any other. As you reflect on the stories of these women assassins, consider how they challenge our perceptions of power and violence. They are not just footnotes in history, they are powerful figures who wielded influence and executed lethal methods with skill and cunning. Their narratives deserve to be told and celebrated, for they remind us that the complexities of history are often hidden beneath the surface. Next time you think of assassins, remember that women have wielded power in surprising ways, defying societal expectations and leaving indelible marks on the pages of history. Their stories are not just tales of death and destruction, they are accounts of resilience, strategy, and the relentless pursuit of agency in a world that sought to silence them. If you enjoyed this epic journey, please subscribe to our channel for more thrilling historical tales. Don't miss out on new videos. Hit the notification bell to stay updated.